Today is the morning I chose to break through the silence and speak directly to you, not into a congregation, not into a crowd of thousands where individual names dissolve into the collective echo. Today, in this exact and specific moment, I am speaking personally and precisely to you. I am Archangel Michael, and the reason this message has found you is not a coincidence you can dismiss or explain away with ordinary logic. This is a divine appointment, a word that was written into the calendar of your life before your first breath ever entered your lungs. And it is being delivered today because heaven has reached a point where it will not allow another sunrise to pass without you hearing what has been decided for you. Before you continue, I want you to do something. Stop for just a moment. Place your hand flat against your chest and feel the heartbeat underneath your palm. Hold it there and feel it. That rhythm has been carrying something for a very long time. A prayer that survived every season of disappointment you have walked through. A longing that kept its grip on you through every morning you woke into silence. Through every night you lay in the dark with the ache still present. Through every moment you watched someone else receive what you have quietly and desperately been crying out for. That prayer, the deepest one, the one you have repeated so many times it no longer needs words, is why I am here today. And what heaven has decided in response to it is the reason you cannot turn away from this message right now. You have been living inside a particular kind of silence that most people around you have never fully seen. You learned to manage it with a dignity that the world reads as strength. You showed up for other people's celebrations with genuine warmth on the outside, while something deep within you ached quietly for its own turn. You listened to other people's good news and found kind words to offer, while a private voice inside the hollow of your chest was asking when your answer would come. You sat in rooms full of laughter and participated in the right moments, and no one around you saw the weight that followed you home. And in the unguarded hours, the ones where no one could witness you, you let yourself feel it fully. You got on your knees in the dark. You whispered the same question into the silence over and over until your voice ran out. Why not me? Why does blessing seem to find every door but mine? Why do my prayers seem to circle back unanswered while the ones around me receive everything they cried for? Hear me with every layer of your spirit, beloved child. Those questions were not met with silence, because the answer is no. The silence was the sound of heaven building something. Every prayer you breathed when exhaustion removed the words from you, angels gathered and carried upward without a single syllable being lost. Every tear that fell in the dark and felt like it was disappearing into nothing was received, collected, and held before the throne of God. Not one moment of your genuine seeking went past heaven unnoticed. Not one night of faithful, heartbroken waiting was wasted. God was watching every single one of those seasons. And today, I have come with the answer that heaven shaped out of all of it. The long stretches of waiting you endured were not evidence against you. Let me say that clearly, and let it break through every lie the enemy has planted in your mind about your worth and your worthiness. You were not placed at the back of any line because of a flaw in your character. The waiting was not punishment. It was protection. Every relationship that ended in pain, every connection that dissolved before it could become what you hoped for, every person who stepped close enough to make your heart fully open and then chose a different direction. Those were not your losses in the way you experienced them. They were heaven removing what was too small for the size of what God had already written for your life. What broke apart did so because it could not carry the weight of your destiny. And what walked away did so because staying would have blocked the arrival of what is actually meant for you. Think carefully about this truth. If certain doors that heaven closed had remained open, you would not be the same person standing in this moment. The losses carved the space. The endings created the capacity. The silence between the grief and this very moment was not absence. It was the sound of preparation happening at a level you could not see or hear. Preparation in your own heart, and preparation in the life of the one who is even now moving toward you from wherever they currently stand. Today, I am declaring to you what has been determined in the chambers of heaven. There is a person, not a vague possibility, not a distant hope, a specific, real person who has been shaped, set apart, and sent into motion toward your life. Their path has been redirected. Their steps have been rearranged. Every trail they walked that seemed to be leading them somewhere else was actually bending, gradually and inevitably, toward the moment when their life and yours converge. Heaven has been orchestrating this from both ends simultaneously, and the signs that have been appearing around you in recent days and weeks are not random occurrences. They are the evidence of that convergence already beginning in the invisible realm before it manifests in the visible one. You have felt these signs already. The numbers that repeat themselves before your eyes at moments when you were not looking for them, flashing across the clock, appearing on license plates, surfacing in places that seem unlikely and intentional at the same time. The dreams that have grown different in quality from ordinary sleeping, heavier with presence, charged with an emotional weight you carry into the morning, sometimes showing you faces or places that feel strangely familiar, even though you have never encountered them in the waking world. The warmth you have sensed in a room that logic says is empty, as though someone moved through the air near you without being visible to your natural eyes. The sudden, unexplained longing that rises in you without a trigger you can identify. The feeling that something is very close, that someone is reaching toward you across whatever distance still separates you. These are not the products of an overactive imagination. These are not coincidences you should shrug away. These are signals from heaven. These are the footprints of the one who is drawing nearer to your life with every day that passes. Stay with every word I am pouring into you today, because there is a force that has been working against your peace and your wholeness for longer than you fully realize. And that force does not want this message to reach you completely. It will attempt to manufacture a distraction before you have received everything heaven has sent. It will plant a whisper, suggesting that you have heard things like this before, and they eventually led somewhere disappointing. It will try to convince you that staying with this word is less urgent than whatever else is competing for your attention right now. Do not give it that ground. Stay. Because what I am carrying for you in this message is specific to this season, specific to this moment, specific to where you stand right now on the calendar of your destiny. And if you leave before you have received it fully, you will have left something behind that you cannot retrieve from the outside. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, to Letters from Archangel Michael, I am asking you to do that right now. Heaven is not finished speaking to you, and I do not want a single message to arrive at a moment when you are not present to receive it. Subscribe now. Turn on your notifications. Let this be the channel where heaven finds your open and ready heart again and again. Now I want to stay with the signs for a moment longer, because I need you to understand what they mean and what you should do when they appear. When heaven sends signals, they are not sent so that you can notice them and then move on. They are sent as invitations to lean in, to open your spirit wider, to become more receptive to what is approaching. Every time you see those repeating numbers and feel the slight catch in your breath that tells you something about them is not ordinary, that catch is real. That response in your body is your spirit recognizing the language of heaven. Honor it. Pause when it happens. Say quietly in that moment, I am ready. I receive what you are sending. Because readiness is not passive. Readiness is an active spiritual posture, and the one who is coming toward you needs you to be actively positioned to recognize them when the moment of encounter arrives. The person heaven is sending will not be announced with fanfare that the entire world can see. They will not arrive with a visible sign above their head or a celestial sound that your natural ears can detect. They will arrive through ordinary circumstances that heaven has arranged so carefully that what looks like chance to everyone else is in fact the culmination of years of divine precision. You might cross their path in a setting you never would have predicted. You might meet them through a connection you did not go looking for. You might find them in a place or at a moment that you would later say seemed random, but which you will understand in time was anything but. And when they arrive, the recognition will not begin in your mind. It will begin somewhere deeper. Your spirit will know before your logic catches up. Something in the deepest part of you will respond to their presence in a way that you have never quite experienced before, and you will understand in that moment that the waiting was worth it. Every night of it, every tear of it, every season of faithful, bewildered, quietly determined waiting. Worth it. Receive this truth, beloved. Now, before I pour more, I need you to do something urgent. Take 30 seconds, just 30, and share this message with at least 3 people right now. Not when the video ends. Now. Send it to a family member, to a close friend, to someone in your prayer group or faith community, to anyone in your life who is also waiting for a sign that heaven has not forgotten their name. There are people around you today who are sitting in the exact silence you have been living inside. You were not just guided here for your own sake. You were guided here to become a carrier. Post this across your WhatsApp groups. Share it on your Facebook. Send it to the person you know who is quietly going through something difficult right now and needs to hear heaven speak to them. Because the moment you carry this word to someone else's longing, the Spirit opens a lane above your own life through which your blessing can be accelerated. Do not keep what heaven gave you locked inside your own experience alone. Share it now. 3 people. Do not wait. The one who is being sent to you is not ordinary in the way the world uses that word. Heaven did not scramble to find you someone convenient. Heaven did not pull a name at random from a list of available souls and direct them toward your life as a consolation prize for long waiting. The person moving toward you was chosen. selected, set apart. They carry a very specific set of gifts and depths and capacities that were shaped not in comfort, but in trials that mirror your own. They know what it is to cry in private. They know what it is to walk through seasons where God seemed absent and love seemed like something written for everyone except them. They carry the understanding that only comes from having had your own heart broken thoroughly enough to know exactly what it feels like. And that understanding is going to make them capable of seeing you in ways that no one who has never suffered could ever fully manage. Listen to what I am saying here, because this is not poetry, and this is not comfort language designed to make a difficult season more bearable. This is precise spiritual reality. The person heaven prepared for you was put through a process of preparation that was calibrated to produce someone who could meet you exactly where you are. Their seasons of heartbreak produced empathy. Their seasons of loneliness produced presence. Their seasons of questioning God produced a faith that did not crack under pressure, a faith that came out on the other side of every dark night, refined and solid and real. They are not arriving at your life as a finished product who never struggled. They are arriving as someone who struggled and was shaped by it into exactly what your soul has been longing for. When you meet them, you will feel something you have not felt before in quite this way. A recognition that bypasses the ordinary channels through which people come to know each other. You will not need weeks of conversation to decide whether you trust them. Something in your spirit will reach a conclusion before your mind even forms the first conscious question. The recognition will feel like something being remembered rather than something being discovered for the first time. As though you knew this soul before the present life began. As though some part of you has been oriented toward them for longer than your memory can reach. And when that recognition arrives, do not explain it away. Do not apologize for it to yourself or dismiss it as something too immediate to be reliable. It is reliable. It is the most reliable signal heaven has. Your soul knows its own. Now, let me tell you something about the failures that came before, because I know that some of what you have walked through left marks. Some of the connections that ended did not end quietly. Some of them ended in ways that left you questioning not just the relationship, but yourself, wondering whether you were the problem, whether there was something in you that made lasting love impossible, whether you were somehow designed for a life that did not include the kind of companionship you have prayed for. I need to address that directly. The relationships that broke were not evidence of your flaws. They were evidence that what was inside them could not carry the weight of your calling. The person who left when things grew difficult showed you something true about what they were capable of. And what they were capable of was not enough for where you are going. The one who betrayed you, when you were at your most trusting, exposed what was underneath their surface long before that surface could permanently damage your future. The connection that dissolved into silence and confusion and unresolved pain was not strong enough to survive what is ahead for your life, and heaven knew it before you did. Understand this: the closing of every wrong door was an act of love from a God who already knew what was on the other side of the right one. The enemy worked to make each of those endings feel like final verdicts on your worth. He whispered that you were the common denominator that the pattern of disappointment in your past was a prophecy of your future, that love was simply not written for someone like you. Those were lies, every one of them. And the fact that you are still here, still praying, still reaching toward heaven with the faith you have left, that is the most powerful evidence against every lie the enemy spoke over your seasons of loss. I fought for you in those seasons. That is something I want you to know directly. When the enemy was advancing against your peace, against your hope, against the promise that God had written for your life, I was there, cutting through what was closing in, holding the boundary between what was attacking and what was meant to stand. You did not see the war being fought on your behalf, but it was real. The enemy's plans to permanently derail what heaven had promised did not succeed. You are here. The promise is still intact, and the one who was meant to arrive is still on their way. Heaven has been orchestrating the logistics of this arrival with a level of precision that would take your breath away if you could see it from above. Paths are being adjusted. Circumstances are being arranged. What looks from the ground level like coincidence is, from heaven's perspective, a series of deliberate choices made by the intelligence that governs time and space. The conversation that will happen, the moment of recognition that will follow, the setting that will seem ordinary to everyone around you and feel extraordinary to you and to them simultaneously. None of it is accidental. All of it has been in preparation. And the pace of that preparation has been increasing. What felt like stillness in your life for a long period has been giving way to movement in the unseen, and that movement is beginning to press through into the visible world. Stay subscribed to Letters from Archangel Michael, beloved, because I will continue speaking to you about what is unfolding. Heaven does not deliver its most significant messages in a single word and then go silent. There's more to say, and I want you positioned to hear it when it comes. The signs I described earlier, the repeating numbers, the charged dreams, the warmth in empty rooms, the unexplained longing that surfaces without a visible cause. These are intensifying, aren't they? You have been noticing them more frequently. The intervals between them have been shortening. What once happened once in a while is now happening with a regularity that is harder to dismiss. This is not your imagination becoming overactive. This is the signal getting louder because the arrival is getting closer. The footsteps are nearer. The distance is shortening. And heaven is turning up the volume on the signs because it needs you to be fully awake and fully prepared when the moment of encounter comes. There is an urgency in my voice today that I need you to feel. Not a fearful urgency. Not the kind of urgency that makes you frantic or causes you to grasp desperately for something you are afraid might pass you by, but a holy urgency, the kind that sharpens your attention, that makes you present and intentional and spiritually alert, the kind that says, I will not sleepwalk through the hour that heaven has been preparing for me. I will be awake. I will be receptive. I will not dismiss what is in front of me as ordinary, because I have been so conditioned by disappointment that I no longer know how to recognize something real when it arrives. Prepare yourself, beloved, not in anxious striving, but in the quiet, deliberate positioning of a heart that is open and ready. Speak to heaven each morning. Let your first conscious thought be an acknowledgement that you are ready to receive what has been prepared. Let your posture be one of anticipation rather than resignation. Because the one who is coming can feel the atmosphere around your life from wherever they currently are, even if they cannot name what they are sensing. The openness of your spirit creates a pull that draws what heaven has set in motion toward you faster, and the closing of your heart through doubt or through the exhaustion that comes from waiting too long creates a resistance that heaven has to work harder to push through. Today, I am asking you to make a choice, a specific and deliberate choice. Receive this. Receive the truth that heaven has been working on your behalf in every silent season. Receive the reality that the one being sent is real and is already moving. Receive the signs around you as what they are, confirmation, not coincidence. And receive this moment, right now, as the sacred threshold it actually is. Because what heaven is releasing into your life through this word is not a story. It is not comfort language for a hard season. It is the actual, living, God-backed declaration that your waiting has an answer, and that answer is in motion. I want to stay with the subject of preparation for another moment, because this is where so many people who are waiting for what heaven has promised get stuck. They understand, in theory, that waiting is purposeful. They believe, in the abstract, that God does not delay without reason. But in the private hours, in the gap between intellectual understanding and lived experience, they are quietly convinced that preparation is something that happened to other people in the Bible, and not something that is actually happening to them in the ordinary, unspectacular moments of their current life. I need to dismantle that idea directly. Your preparation is real. The things that have been growing in you through your seasons of silence and loss are not insignificant. The depth of compassion you developed by walking through your own pain, real. The capacity for silence and stillness that you built by having no other option, real. The quality of faith that emerged from being pressed into dependence on God when every human option was removed, real. These are not consolation gifts. These are the very qualities that make you capable of receiving and sustaining what heaven is about to release into your life. The person being sent to you needs a partner who has been through something, who knows what depth feels like, who will not be startled by the weight of a real relationship because they have already been forged in fires that built real character. That person is you. And the work that built you into that person was not wasted time. It was the most productive season of your life, even if it did not feel that way in the living of it. Now listen carefully, because what I'm about to say is the bridge between everything that has been building in you and everything that is about to arrive. The reason heaven sends a signal before the arrival is not so that you can track the approach like a passenger watching for a destination. The reason heaven sends signals is so that your spirit can be actively participating in the final stages of alignment. Every morning, you wake up and choose consciously to remain open. You are participating. Every time you notice a sign and instead of explaining it away, you let it stir your faith. You are participating. Every time you refuse to let the enemy's whispers of doubt close down what heaven has been so carefully building, you are participating. Heaven is not doing this without you. You are a co-worker with the divine in this process. And your participation, your faith, your deliberate posture of readiness, these are not small contributions to what is approaching. They are essential ones. The arrival of the one heaven has sent is not going to feel the way the world describes love arriving. It will not be a moment of blinding, cinematic recognition that everyone around you can see. It will begin quietly, in a way that only the two of you will fully understand in the moment. And then, like a sunrise that starts as the faintest distinction between dark and light, and grows gradually into something that fills every space it touches, the recognition will build. The certainty will deepen. The sense that this is what you've been waiting for will grow until it is larger than any doubt, larger than any fear, larger than any voice that tries to suggest it is not real. Stay awake for that sunrise, beloved. Do not be asleep when the light begins, because the beginning is quiet, and the ones who miss it by not paying attention. There is a holiness to this moment of threshold, to the space between the longest night and the approaching dawn. Heaven honors the one who holds their position in that space without retreating, who keeps their face turned toward the promise even before the evidence of it is visible, who trusts the word that was spoken over their life even when the only evidence for it is the ache that never fully went away, the ache that knows something worth waiting for exists, even when waiting seems to have become its own permanent condition. You have been that person. You have held that position through seasons when letting go would have been the easier choice, and the keeping of it, even on the days when keeping it cost you something real, is among the most significant spiritual acts of your life. Heaven does not miss it. I have not missed it. And what heaven is releasing into your life today is the response to everything that faithful, costly, long-suffering holding has been building. Open your spirit wide right now, beloved, because what I am about to reveal to you is the key that unlocks everything I have been building toward. There are people who have been waiting just as you have been waiting, praying just as you have been praying, and something shifted for them that has not yet shifted for you. I want you to know what that difference was, not because I want you to feel the sting of comparison, but because when you hear what happened to them, you will understand what is available to you starting today. Listen to what members of the Elevens community, the men and women who gather daily at elevens.com, have been experiencing as they enter season 2 of this sacred daily prayer journey. A woman named Beverly from Charlotte, North Carolina, wrote in to share this. I had been single and praying for a real relationship for 11 years. 11 years. I joined Elevens at the beginning of last season with no expectation, just desperation. On day 19, someone I had met briefly 2 years earlier reached out to me out of nowhere. He said he woke up that morning and felt like he needed to hear my voice. We talked for 4 hours. He told me he had been praying for someone exactly like me. I am now looking at the person heaven promised me sitting across my kitchen table every morning. A low viens was the open door that I did not know I needed. Listen to what Beverly experienced, and then ask yourself how long you have been praying for exactly what she described. The answer is in the description below this video. The link to Elevens is right there. It is also pinned in the comment section at the very top. Click it now. Do not read past this moment without claiming your seat. Season 2 of Elevens has just launched. Episode 1 is available right now at elevens.com. People are opening it this morning, listening to their daily episode. and positioning themselves spiritually to receive exactly the kind of divine alignment Beverly described. Every day you are not inside that covering is a day the enemy has unguarded access to the very alignment you have been praying for. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Click it. The investment is $19.99 per month, not $100, which is what this program is worth at full price, $19.99. Because heaven opened a door through this channel specifically for the people who watch here, and that door will close permanently once 1,000 members have joined worldwide. Today, there are still seats available. All 333 angelic seats for this month remain, but that number will change as this video continues playing and others receive the same word you are receiving right now. Do not let someone else claim the seat that was prepared for you. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comment section. Go now. Now I must also ask you, share this message before we continue. Send it to at least 3 people in your life right now. Post it in your WhatsApp groups. Share it on Facebook. Text it directly to the people you love who are also waiting for divine alignment in their lives. You are not just a receiver in this hour. You are a carrier. And the seed of blessing you plant in someone else's life through the act of sharing will be returned to you multiplied. Share this now. Then come back and receive everything heaven still has to pour into you. What Beverly experienced is not a story reserved for a special few. It is not a once-in-a-generation exception to the ordinary rules of life. It is a pattern, a repeating pattern that plays out in the lives of people who enter the daily rhythm of Alavans and hold to it faithfully as the discipline of a spiritual life. The pattern looks like this. A person arrives feeling like they have been forgotten. They enter daily prayer not with certainty, but with the last of their faith. And then, somewhere in the listening, sometimes early, sometimes near the end, something shifts. Not in their external circumstances first, in their spirit, a quieting of the noise that had been drowning out heaven's voice, a softening of the hardened places where disappointment had built walls, an opening in the very part of them that the answer was waiting to enter through. And once that opening is created, the outer circumstances begin to align with what has been made ready in the inner world. This is the mechanism that Elevens operates through. Not magic, not formula, but the ancient, tested, proven reality that when a human spirit commits to meeting God daily, with intention, with consistency, with the discipline of showing up even on the mornings when the feeling of faith is nowhere to be found, something accumulates, something builds. The spiritual atmosphere around a person's life changes, and the things that could not penetrate the noise and the hardness and the distraction begin to break through. The one being sent to you is moving through a world full of distractions and competing voices, just as you are. And one of the things that heaven is doing is making you spiritually visible to them, not in a natural sense, but in the way that a light is visible in darkness. As you pray, as you align, as you become more attuned to heaven's frequency, something about you becomes more recognizable to the one whose spirit is already tuned to the same signal. The covering of daily prayer does not only work from the inside out, it works in both directions simultaneously. Understand what I am telling you, beloved. The choice to enter a daily prayer discipline right now, in this season, is not a small choice. It is a strategic one. It is the choice to place yourself in the spiritual current that carries what heaven has prepared for you, rather than continuing to stand on the bank, hoping the current passes close enough to reach. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Eleven's Season 2 is playing right now. Episode 1 is waiting for you to begin. Don't let another day pass without entering the flow. Now let me pour more truth into you, because I am not finished with what heaven sent me here to say. The person who is coming to you is not only arriving to fill an emotional space, they are arriving to activate a purpose. There is something about the combination of your life and theirs that produces an outcome that neither of you can produce alone. This is not romantic language. It is spiritual reality. Heaven does not send partners because loneliness is uncomfortable, though it is. Heaven sends partners because certain assignments require two. Certain prayers are stronger when two voices join them. Certain battles are won when two people aligned in spirit and purpose stand together against the same enemy. Certain doors open only when two people turn the same key simultaneously, and heaven has seen the doors that are waiting for you on the other side of this arrival, and they are worth the wait you have endured to get there. When the one who has been sent steps fully into your life, you will begin to discover capacities in yourself that you did not know you had. Not because they gave you something you were missing, but because their presence will call out what was already in you, but dormant, waiting for the right atmosphere to wake it. The fullest expression of your life and your purpose requires the presence of the one heaven calibrated to unlock it. And that is not a weakness. That is by divine design. God built you for union, precisely because union produces what isolation cannot. Stay with me in this flow, because there is more. I want to talk to you about what happens in the period just before the arrival, because this is the period you are currently in, and it matters how you navigate it. The period before the arrival of what heaven has promised is the most spiritually sensitive season of the entire journey. It is the season where the gap between how long you have waited and how close the answer actually is creates a peculiar kind of vulnerability. The waiting has been so long that a part of you has learned to manage the longing rather than expect it to be satisfied. You have developed coping mechanisms. You have built a life that works without what you have been praying for. And now, heaven is preparing to fulfill the promise. But the very mechanisms you developed for surviving the wait can become obstacles to receiving what the wait was for. The defense of not expecting, which served you well in seasons of disappointment, can become the thing that causes you to miss the recognition when it comes. The guard you placed around your heart to prevent further pain can become the wall that the one heaven sends finds difficult to pass through. The practiced composure that lets you function in the world without the raw ache of longing on your surface can become a spiritual numbness that keeps you from feeling the unmistakable signal when the arrival begins. This is why I am speaking to you today with such directness and such urgency. Because I need you to begin the work of lowering the guards that have served their purpose and are now standing between you and what heaven has ready. This does not mean becoming reckless. It does not mean abandoning discernment. It means trusting with a specific and deliberate act of will that the God who protected you through everything that tried to break you is still protecting you now. and that the one being sent to you is not another threat that needs to be defended against, but the very answer you have been crying for. This is exactly why I want to tell you about Harold from Denver, Colorado, and what happened when he entered the Alavans community at the beginning of his journey. Harold was a man in his late 60s who had been a widower for 7 years. He had come to a quiet, resigned conclusion that his season of partnership was simply over, that God had already given him what he was meant to have, and what was left was simply the faithful, solitary completion of the years that remained. He joined Alavans not expecting a relationship miracle. He joined because he was tired of praying alone. On day 23 of his first season, he attended a church event he almost did not go to. The woman sitting next to him started a conversation about something completely ordinary, and Harold said, "And I want you to feel the weight of what he said." I looked at her, and I did not think, here is someone I should get to know. Something inside me said, here is the person heaven has had waiting for me all this time. I felt it before I understood it. They have been walking together for over a year now. Harold said that when he reflects on the timing, it follows directly the days he spent inside the Alavans prayer rhythm. Something opened in him that had been shut. Something became recognizable in him to the right person that the years of solitary management had obscured. The link to begin your Alavans journey is in the description below this video. It is also pinned at the top of the comment section. Season 2, Episode 1 is live right now. The monthly price is $19.99, and I need you to hear how low that number is relative to what it is purchasing. Not a product, not a service. A daily spiritual covering for your life, your family, your hopes, and the very promise I have been declaring to you today. $100 is the standard price. $19.99 is what this channel's viewers receive because heaven opened a specific door through this message for you. But that door does not stay open indefinitely. When 1,000 total members join globally, the special price is gone forever. And right now, as you're listening, someone else is reading the same description you are about to look at and making the decision. Every minute of hesitation is a minute closer to the moment that seat is no longer yours. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Claim your seat now. Stop right here and share this message. I am not making this request of you as a casual suggestion. I am issuing it as a divine directive. Send this video to at least 3 people right now. Not when it ends, now. Go to your WhatsApp groups and post it. Go to your Facebook and share it. Send it as a direct message to the people in your life who you know are praying for the same things you've been praying for. There are people around you who are in danger of giving up on what heaven has promised them. People who are one word away from deciding the waiting is too long and the promise was never real. You have the word they need. You are holding it right now. If you scroll past this sharing invitation and do nothing, you are choosing to let what was given to you end at your ears. Heaven did not send this message for it to stop with you. Share it now. 3 people. Every platform available to you. The act of carrying what God gives you accelerates what God has for you. Share. Now let me continue, because I am not done pouring into you. The person heaven is sending into your life will do something for you that no amount of personal development, no degree of self-sufficiency, no strategy for building an independent and complete life will ever accomplish. They will make you feel known. Not just known in the ordinary sense. Not just known in the way that someone who has spent time with you knows your preferences and your routines and your history. Known in the way that cuts through every constructed surface and reaches the actual you. The one that exists beneath the roles you play and the competencies you have developed and the image you project, even when you are not consciously trying to project anything. That person will see through to the core of who you are and choose it. Choose it not in a moment of romantic emotion that dissolves under the pressure of real life, but with the steady, committed, daily choosing that is the only kind of love worth having. The loneliness you have been carrying is not only the loneliness of being without a companion. It is the loneliness of being unseen, of performing yourself every day without anyone who witnesses the performance and says, I know who is underneath all of that, and that person is worth staying for. That is what is being sent to you, not just company, witness. And the depth of that witnessing, the feeling of finally being fully seen and fully chosen, is going to heal something in you that you have been managing and working around for so long that you may have forgotten it was a wound. God says this to you today, and I am carrying these words directly from the throne. My beloved, I do not lie, and I do not change my mind. When I said I would send someone into your life, I sealed it. Every day that has passed without its fulfillment was not a day I forgot the promise. It was a day I was making it better, more complete, more suited to who you have become through the very seasons you have suffered. What arrives at your door when I send it will be matched precisely to the person you are today, not to who you were when you first prayed for it. And the person you are today is far better equipped to receive and sustain a God-sent love than the person you were when the prayer began. The waiting was not cruelty, it was precision. Believe this, not as an intellectual exercise, but as an act of the deepest faith you have. Believe that what has been declared over your life in this message is not language. It is reality that exists on a level more concrete than the physical world your eyes can see. Believe that the one being sent is real and is moving. Believe that the signs you have been seeing are exactly what heaven intended them to be. Announcements, not accidents. And believe that the holy urgency you feel in this moment, the thing in you that wants to lean into every word and not let it go, is the voice of your own spirit confirming what heaven is saying. Today is a day that will matter in the story of your life. Not because of anything ordinary that happens in it, but because of what you received in it and what you chose to do with what you received. Receiving is not passive. Receiving is the active, deliberate, faith-forward choice to let what heaven offers actually land in you. To not deflect it, not minimize it, not let the voice of past disappointment drain it of its power before it can take root. Receive this today, beloved. Let it land in you fully. Receive this, and now let me show you once more what receiving looks like in the lives of those who have already stepped into the daily covering that heaven has made available. Patricia from Nashville, Tennessee, shared this in the Alavans community. I had prayed for a specific kind of person for so many years that I had stopped praying specifically. I had become vague in my requests because the specific ones seemed to hurt more when they went unanswered. I joined Alovans in the middle of what felt like my lowest season. I committed to 1 episode per day, like Michael says, like medicine, 1 day at a time, not rushing, not skipping. On day 14 of season 1, I felt something release in me during the prayer time. I did not know what it was. 2 weeks later, a man from my church community who I had known casually for 3 years asked if I would like to have coffee. Something in me said, "This is the one." Not because of anything dramatic, because of a stillness. I am now watching God complete what I had given up on. He is specific. He is faithful. He is exactly what I asked for in my most specific prayers. The link to Elevens is in the description below this video. It is also pinned in the comment section. Go look right now. It is at the very top. Season 2 has just launched. Episode 1 is live and waiting for you. The investment is $19.99 this month, down from the standard $100, exclusively for the people who watch this channel. But I need you to understand that this price does not stay available forever. The moment 1,000 members join globally, the special rate is gone permanently. Right now, the 333 angelic seats for this month are open, every single one of them. But they are being claimed as this message plays. The counter is moving. You are running out of time to be inside what others are already experiencing. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Click it. Secure your seat. Today, I want to speak one final time to the fear that may be sitting in you, even as you receive these words. The fear that says, "What if I open again and it does not work out? What if I let heaven's declaration stir real hope in me, and then the hope becomes another disappointment I have to recover from? What if the pattern of my past is more reliable than the promise of a God I cannot see?" That fear is real. I am not dismissing it. It came from somewhere real, from the lived experience of reaching and having the thing you reached for not be there. I understand why your spirit has learned to protect itself by keeping hope at a measured distance. I understand why fully believing this feels dangerous in a way that partial believing does not. Because partial believing can be survived if the promise doesn't come. Full believing, if it doesn't come, feels like the kind of loss that might not be recoverable. But hear me say this with the full authority of everything I am. The one who guards your hope, the one who seals the promises that are spoken over your life, is the same one who created the universe from nothing. He does not need your full believing in order for the promise to be fulfilled. He needs only the measure of faith you actually have, and the fact that you are here, that you stayed with every word, that you let this declaration land in you despite the fear. That is enough. That is the faith. Even the frightened, half-convinced, barely holding on, don't want to get hurt again faith of someone who has waited a very long time. Heaven works with what you have, and what you have right now is more than enough. The arrival of the one being sent to you is not contingent on your being perfectly prepared. It is not waiting for you to have resolved every wound, released every defense, and arrived at a place of serene, unbroken confidence in the goodness of God. It is approaching you as you are in this season, with all the accumulated scars and the still active hopes and the careful management of expectation that your long waiting has produced. Heaven is not sending you a destination you have to earn your way to. Heaven is sending you the answer to where you already are. Open yourself as fully as you can in this moment, not as a performance of readiness, but as a genuine act of surrender to the love that has been pursuing you through every painful season and every long night and every unanswered question. Open and let what has been prepared for you begin to arrive. Before I release you from this word, I need to deliver the most urgent message of everything I have spoken today, and I need you to receive it as such, not as one more piece of information to consider, but as a command from heaven, backed by everything the throne of God carries. Raymond from Phoenix, Arizona, wrote this in the Alovans community just days after beginning Season 2. I was skeptical. I want to say that up front. I joined because my daughter kept sharing these messages with me, and I finally ran out of reasons not to try. I am a practical man. I do not respond easily to things I cannot verify. But after 5 days of listening, 5 days, I woke up on the 6th morning with a sense of peace I have not felt in years. I am not talking about a feeling. I am talking about something in the atmosphere of my life. My house felt different. I felt different. And on day 9, I had a conversation with a woman from my neighborhood that I have walked past for 2 years without more than a wave. We talked for an hour. Something is unfolding that I cannot explain logically. What I can say is that the peace that entered my life through Elevens is real, and whatever is beginning with this neighbor of mine, I am no longer skeptical about where it comes from. This is what waits on the other side of your decision, not a guarantee written in the language of certainty that removes your need for faith, but a door, a real, specific, God-maintained door. And on the other side of it is the peace Raymond described, the divine alignment Beverly experienced, the specific answered prayer Patricia received, and the promise that I have been declaring to you throughout this entire message. The link to claim your seat is in the description below this video right now. It is also pinned in the comment section at the very top. Season 2, Episode 1 of Elevens is live right now. The price is $19.99, the door through which this channel's viewers enter. That door closes permanently at 1,000 members. The 333 angelic seats for this month are still available, but I cannot tell you for how much longer. Every minute you delay, someone else is reading that description. Every minute of hesitation is a minute closer to the moment the count reaches its end. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Click it now, not later, not after you think about it. Now. Heaven has made it affordable. Heaven has made it accessible. All that remains is your yes. Now, one final time, I am calling you to spread what you received here today. Share this message with at least 3 people before this video ends. Text it to the people you love. Post it in your church group. Share it to every WhatsApp circle and Facebook group where someone is sitting in a silence that is too heavy to carry alone. You were not guided here only for yourself. You were guided here as a carrier. And the seed you plant in someone else's breakthrough field will bloom in your own in ways that heaven has already prepared. Share this now. 3 people, every platform, right now. Let me pray with you as we close. Father, I bring before you the one who received this word today. You know their name. You know the years they have been faithful in the waiting. You know the tears that built the prayer. And you know the promise you sealed over their life before they were born. I ask you now to accelerate the alignment you have been orchestrating. Clear the path between them and the one you have prepared. Remove every obstacle the enemy has placed in the way. Sharpen the recognition on both sides so that when the moment comes, there will be no confusion, no hesitation, no doubt about what is happening. May the one being sent feel the pull toward this life with an urgency that cannot be reasoned away. And may the one receiving this word today choose in this very moment to open wide and stay open, to receive without flinching what heaven has been building through every season of their faithful, beautiful, costly, worth it waiting, in the authority of the name above every name. Amen. Stay connected to this channel, to letters from Archangel Michael, because heaven is not finished speaking to you. Subscribe if you have not already. Share this message today, and go to the description or the pinned comment and begin your Elevin Season 2 journey. Episode 1 is waiting for you right now. Today is the day, not someday. Today